All right, welcome back to AuddyHotties. Today we are talking about support systems.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. All right, here we go. AuddyHotties. Yeah, welcome to the AuddyHottie podcast.
Here we are.
Hi guys, welcome back to AuddyHotties. I'm your host Bree,
I'm McKenna.
and we're here to talk about support systems today. You might notice we're in our new recording spot for the moment.
Yep.
Moved things over here. Now we're in chairs instead of the couch, and white wall instead of a black wall. Yeah, so exciting.
So many changes.
So many changes. Okay, so today we're talking about support systems. Any updates recently that you want to talk about?
Ooh. Um,
You went mushroom
I went
hunting?
mushroom foraging yesterday, or mushroom hunting, however you want to say it. It was so freaking cool and just like a new way to spend outside and a new way to spend time outside. But yeah, we got chanterelle mushrooms and it's just cool to like be doing something that I usually do, which is, being outside, but then being tuned into a whole new part of the world, which is mushrooms. And
Yeah.
gosh, we saw thousands of
And really like looking down instead of looking up while you're hiking.
totally. So it was really fun and hopefully a new activity that'll be, one of those wintering activities that we need to keep up the dopamine.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Any updates with you?
I just got back from Cancun.
That's right.
Yeah, I was there for a week. It was great. I have never been to an all-inclusive before, and I felt like the queen of something because they treat you so good. And Monty's here with us today. Psst, do not scratch that, sir.
You
Yep.
stinker.
Here causing trouble because I was gone. So they had a house sitter who was here like almost 24 hours a day. So it was silly babies, but
It happened.
yeah. Missed the babies a lot. But overall it was really great. Usually we don't take relaxing trips, and this one was nice and relaxing. It was so good. Ate so much food, drank so many drinks. I love the pool. I'm a water
Baby.
for sure. Mermaid all the way. I was in the water like almost the whole time, and we had to
It's the
swim out.
best.
So like I got to, even when the main pool was closed,
Yeah.
I got to go out like in the morning and at night. Yeah, it was super fun.
It's just so fun to get out of town and be out of
Yeah.
your routine. And I know it's something that you guys have been looking forward to for a long time. So I'm so glad you did
Yeah,
it.
we had a countdown on my phone going, and it
Mhm.
was like over 200 days when we made the countdown.
Amazing.
It was so fun to see it finally get there.
Yes.
But it was so hot. It was
Yeah.
like 87.
Oh,
And,
wow.
like there was a couple times when we were walking from the pool to our room or back, and that we were like, okay, I just gotta get there.
Well, it's probably a
So
lot of
hot.
humidity too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're also like, okay, let's move to Mexico.
Right? Why not?
Yeah, let's
Por
do
qué no?
it. ¿Por qué no? I was very disappointed in myself in my Spanish practice because I know a lot of Spanish, but I get so anxious, like trying to formulate words back,
Oh, yeah.
that I forget like everything I've ever known.
Yep.
So,
I completely relate.
yeah.
Like it's like a very big performance anxiety
Yes.
type of
Definitely for any
situation.
language.
I remember going to Italy and like I know very little Italian, but even the very little that I knew, like I wouldn't remember how to say ciao, like grazie, like literally hello or thank you. Like I just and I'd feel so silly like saying Italian. I don't know. It was a weird thing to observe, is all I have to
Yeah.
say.
Well, it's like I hear my voice come out in this like silly little like hola, and I'm like, oh,
Totally.
you sound so unnatural.
So white.
So white,
Like,
so
oh my
very
God.
white. Yeah, but we were very happy. It was pretty inclusive resort. We saw like I think probably like 4 or 5 other queer women couples, which was
Oh, yeah.
awesome. One other queer male couple, but I think that we were talking about this while we were there because we didn't see very many gay men at all. Um, but I was like, I think because there's so many like resorts and cruises and like things that are geared towards gay men, but I
Hmm.
think a lot of people just go like gravitate to those places.
Yeah.
Whereas there's really not like there's some like all queer women's like groups that go to resort. It's like a resort takeover kind of thing, but I don't really know
Yeah.
many that are like a resort itself geared towards women.
I haven't heard of that either. I know that there's a huge lesbian event that happens every January in Cancun with like Brandy
Mhm.
Carlisle does a big concert and maybe
Yeah.
someone else. And
I
then
think V from TikTok, the news under the desk news person.
I don't know
Oh,
that
they're
person.
like
I'm
super famous on
sorry. Okay.
TikTok, but I think they were at it doing like
Really?
a. I don't know if they were presenting or not, but I think they were there.
Yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah,
And then Puerto Vallarta is known to have a ton of gay bars and
yeah, very
but you're
welcoming.
right, it's very gay men focused, but there was like a lot of drag and
Oh, cool. Yeah,
trans visibility too. So
awesome.
but yeah.
Yeah, we had a great experience. We didn't have anybody act weird about it, except one person that greeted us while they were looking at their paper and just saw like our names. Because everywhere we went, it was so cute. Everywhere we went, everyone called us Mrs. Mason, Mrs. Mason. Because it
Oh,
was booked under Lawrence.
cute.
So it was really cute. But there was one time that somebody was like looking at their paper without looking at us, and they were like, "Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Mason," and then we're like, "No, I was wrong. Sorry."
So funny.
But other than that, like nobody's worried about it at all. Like lots of smiles, lots of friendliness. So
It's good.
it was great.
I forget that part about traveling that because I've been single for a while, so I haven't thought about like traveling with another queer person as a
Yeah.
couple.
I mean,
And
like, is it
but
legal? Is it? Yeah.
well, I remember that being a huge part of our travel plans back when we were traveling together. So
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, to have to even like think about it.
Hmm.
Because we did talk about that when we were planning for the trip because we were like, oh well, we could go to like Jamaica or Turks and Caicos or somewhere like that. And there are places that are a lot less friendly than
Hmm.
Mexico. So
Yeah.
yeah, had a great time.
Good. I'm glad.
We didn't go anywhere besides
Safe.
the resort. We didn't do any like excursions or like
Mm.
going to cities or anything like that because we just wanted to do nothing. So
I love that you got to do that
yeah, it's
for a
great.
whole week.
We just changed locations like 3 times a day from pool to umbrella spot to hammock. And yeah. So now back to real life,
There you
which we
go.
got welcomed right back into cold and rain.
Hmm. Delayed flights.
Yep, delayed flights. It was
Hmm.
a great time because a lot of airlines just shut down.
Yeah, it's an atmospheric river
Yep.
in our weather this weekend. Yep. Here we are.
Yeah. Okay, so today we are talking about support and support systems that we have in place. So today's going to be kind of a free for all. I made a list of kind of like support things that we can go through and talk about if we want to.
Cool.
But it's not so much supports focused on, I don't know, like how you're using them so much as like what it's like for us and yeah. It's like I'm not going through like a list of like these are the supports you can use. It's more like just
Right.
talking about how we're supported.
Yeah, a little bit personal anecdote.
Yeah.
We love you episodes. We meaning me.
We meaning me.
Love
We
it.
mean- So, when I say support systems, is there anything that pops into your head right away?
I need it.
Must.
Um, yeah, support systems. Well, it's really interesting because I saw that was the episode and like read a little bit about on our notes, just that we were talking about it and I was like, oh, this is going to be like an emotional topic for me. It's something that I'm like actively working through right now and I feel like has been a really big part of my journey in terms of like understanding support, the support that I need, and also like how to ask for help and how to ask for that support to be shown and like dealing with it not being shown. And yeah, it's so personal because I feel like that is such a big part of my ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously, like significant others are a big part of support. So that's mostly around like what you're talking about, or you mean like around friends and family too, or
Oh, well, I'm not gonna cry yet. Okay. Not
hold
happening.
them off.
Um,
Gonna bring the cat squirt bottle down here. Be like,
I am totally fine with showing emotion. It's more of just like feel like once I start, I'm not going to stop. And also,
Mm.
like, how much do I want to share? But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm not with a significant other right now. And that, that was a built-in support that I didn't know I needed for my life. Like, it just was such a big part of my last relationship was the support that they offered me. Yeah, and a big part of being single is recognizing that I still need the support and how do I get it?
Yeah. I mean, in the past, I have definitely been, I guess you would call like a serial monogamist, where yeah, it doesn't really apply because I'm also poly, but
Yeah.
a serial monogamous in that like I jumped from relationship to like relationship, especially when I was younger, and I think that that was a big part of overly relying on external supports in like another person in that way, like instead of relying on anything that I could learn for myself or like I don't know finding other supports in like family and friends and stuff like that. I think I
Hmm.
over relied on just the one person. And I
Yeah.
think I've learned that a lot more now, but I think it is a big part and it's easy to kind of do because they are the most like, I don't know, present person in your life. And
For sure. Well, and you share so many things that I don't think
right, like, but yeah, you share so many like intimacies and stuff that you wouldn't share with like friends necessarily or family necessarily or
well, and also, living with someone, I think
yeah,
that there is so much shared that all the tasks do not fall on one person or shouldn't fall on one person, and you can tag team it in
yeah,
um, from grocery shopping to splitting the bills to going out to restaurants and not like having all the financials fall on one person or um having different routines. I mean, there's so much privilege in being coupled with someone
yeah,
um, that I've actually seen a lot of rhetoric on TikTok too around like, hey, if you're like doing this all on your own, like pat yourself on the back. Like
yeah,
there is a lot of privilege of people that get to do life with someone and share all those tasks and
yeah, absolutely.
but I completely resonate with you in terms of, that was very imbalanced in my last relationship and has been a really big source of my healing in understanding, you know, this is where I can understand my support in a different way and understand that, like, I can either, compensate for these types of supports or ask for them from other people and not having it all, not having it all fall on one person because that's not fair either. And
Yeah, I think
that,
learning the like give and take
yeah,
is a big part of it because
it's
like
huge.
it is easy to like fall into relationships where it's give, give, give from one side and take, take, take from the other,
Yeah,
and like trying to find that balance of like, okay, you help me and I help you, and it's not like always one or the other. And putting aside
sure.
like if you, I don't know if you have any habit of, I know I have a habit of like putting my needs aside
Yeah.
to help someone else, and like being able to recognize that and ask for it and balance that out a little bit too is hard.
Oh, I definitely had those tendencies and also like codependent tendencies of like, oh, my needs aren't being met, so I don't have those needs anymore. And like,
Yeah,
I'll just take
just
care of them
put
myself.
those away.
And yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not a healthy way to live either. So I don't know. It's a hard season right now. It's a lot of learning about, but it's also beautiful because I think that it also strips down, and takes that other person, that other intimate person out of the equation and allows me to see, oh, this is like, these are my needs. And
Yeah. And
this
to
is how I can
build a
ask for
lot of other
support.
outside support stuff
Hmm.
too. I definitely have found that like obviously I've been coupled for a while. Um, and I've had seasons where I find myself like overly relying on the other person and realizing like, oh, I have not been honing or looking for supports elsewhere
Hmm.
and like having to like kind of pull myself back from that and be like, okay, what can I do to support myself? Like what are the things that I need to develop and build, like friendships or community engagement or whatever it is to support myself.
Yeah.
Because even in relationship, you can get kind of like over reliant on that. And it
Well,
changes
it's
like,
comfortable.
yeah,
It's super comfortable. And I think it, takes a lot of effort to be engaging in those other things.
yeah,
Um, especially with the safety component of just like this other person is someone that you don't have to mask around. And at least that was what my relationship was, but it was like not exhausting and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So since you've been kind of learning through that, has there been anything that surprised you being a support system? Like anything that you didn't expect to have? Like that.
Yeah. Um, well, I'm really privileged in the support that I can call on
Mm.
and have in my life. And I think that that has been surprising. You're distracting me today.
He says, I am a support system. Support kitty.
Um, the last 2 years, I have needed a lot of support and a lot of different kinds of support. I've needed friends that I can show up with as like a very vulnerable, okay with my emotional self, but I've also needed friends that can go out dancing and have lightness and um I think that it's been really surprising that, if I know what I need and I can ask for it, people can meet me there. So I think that that's been the most surprising of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with like, we talked about touch a couple of weeks ago on the podcast and how that's something that I think I have needed support wise that I haven't allowed myself really to have. But learning that I need that and asking for it, like how many friends show up with allowing hugs or like even you said a couple weeks ago, like we can cuddle while watching movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those things that, you know, people do show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've been surprised by how much I need like friendship and other people in my life.
Yeah.
And it surprises me because I've always struggled so much with friendship
Yeah.
and socializing in general and like how much or like how hard it is to form like close relationships and maintain them has always
Yes.
been a huge struggle for me. And so I've always kind of seen myself as more of like not necessarily a loner, but like somebody who really just like needs themselves and like I don't know, needs my cat. And like that's
He's there for
enough.
you.
He's here for me 24/7. Ow, chewing on me to tell me that he wants more pets. Um, but I've always thought that that was like something that I didn't really need that much as far as other people go. Um, and then like especially hiking the Appalachian Trail was a place that I found that mattered so much more to me than I expected it to be. Like I thought that hiking the trail like I would come away with it with the most impactful experiences being, what I did physically or like how far I came or pushing myself, like something like that. And it came from like the relationships formed and like being able to stay around my friends and,
Mhm.
keep that going. So I think that's been, yeah, definitely a surprise for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just, um, do you feel like there was also solitude on the trail that made you like miss people?
Bit in the face now. Yeah, I think there was. And there was just like, I don't know, that shared like struggle of like having similar things going on with someone
Mhm.
else to be able to commiserate with each other
Yeah.
and kind of push through like when they were having a hard time and I wasn't, or vice versa. Like, yeah, just
Yeah.
having that. Well,
Totally.
that didn't hurt. The emotions were very raw.
Sure.
Being that
Yeah.
tired and worn out and
Yeah, it's intense.
5 months in and
For sure.
like
Yeah.
wanted to turn back every 2 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm going through kind of the opposite right now, actually, of
Mm.
like, I have relied very heavily on my community for support, and now I'm kind of turning inward and realizing,
Mm.
oh, I like also can support myself in ways, and like I don't need to necessarily be around people 24/7, and having that solitude aspect is something that I've never really embraced before.
Mm.
And
Do you find it like uncomfortable previously to try to be alone, and now you're
Mhm.
like finding some comfort in?
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Um, Even just like I know I told you that I went hiking by myself a couple weeks ago and just, before I think I would have been either scared to go or just like wanted to share that experience with someone. And
Yeah.
um, I'm really seeing that like, oh, I can still enjoy my time and like I do like my company. Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like there's so many ways to learn about support and,
I think one thing for me that's helped me learn to enjoy my solo time more is like being okay with the fact that I'm a very like I have to get the thoughts out kind of person. And just like being okay with the fact that I need to talk to myself and like work things out outside of my head. Because when I try to like
Totally.
bottle things and like be quiet and like not do that because I think it's weird. The more that I do that, the more like busy my head gets, and it's just hard for me to enjoy it because I'm so like buzzy internally.
Yeah. How do
Yeah,
you get it out?
mostly like just talking to myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
talking to the first person, the third
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Sometimes talk to the cat, talk to the walls. I'm going to tell you, I talk to myself a lot and make a lot of noises. Definitely do a lot of like verbal stims
Yep.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. I find that writing is a way for me to get out things and like even just being out and hiking and just like taking out my phone to like jot down a couple of things and just get it out of my head. I totally relate to you. Just like, yeah, they swirl around if you don't get them out.
Yeah. Let's see. I was going to ask about, I think that for you, getting hiking boots was something that you are glad that you like jumped out and did this year, but has there been anything that you've been like most grateful that you asked for support on? Mm, no, that's a hard one.
It is a hard one. I have been really proud about how I have been able to ask for more like autistic accommodations from friends or like being really upfront about sensory needs and like having those limitations, but being able to like communicate that with friends and ask them to support me in that way, such as like, right now I'm realizing that I don't like to go and be in restaurants right now because the noise is so exhausting and I am like losing the tolerance of being able to be around a lot of noise and it shows up in me being, with my friends in a restaurant and not being able to focus on the conversation. So asking them if we can like either meet at one of our houses or like go on a walk, be outside. I know also just like support with and like being held in friendships that are okay with the way I show up, whether it's like, I know we've talked about this on a past podcast, but just how if something comes up for me, autistic wise or ADHD wise, of like either time blocking or like being overstimulated or whatnot, and I ask for something from you, like you're so quick to just be like, make it okay and like accept me as I am. And that's something that I'm really proud that I have like allowed people in my life that to like those depths of vulnerability because it is really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It just is to acknowledge, oh, I am not perfect and I have a lot of limitations.
And it is.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
it is what it is, and it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah. I think along those same lines, like, I don't know, learning to say no to things more because I definitely have a lot of like trauma around being left out of things or like FOMO. And like in the past, that experience has been saying no to things a couple of times and then never getting invited again. And so I think having more neurodivergent people around me and more people that I can be open with about it has been really great. And like this year, like Brooke, I'm constantly like, just keep inviting me to things. I'll say once out of 10 times yes to things, but I really want to be there. Like, just keep saying this is happening, see you or don't see you, and like
Yeah,
being okay with whatever happens.
sure.
And like continuing to send that invite to people.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
That's so important.
It's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, being able to say that, like, I'm not saying no because I don't want to be there. Like, that I want to be there. I just don't have the capacity today, or like something's come up, like you were talking
Hmm.
about. So
Yeah,
it's great to have those people that understand that.
it's so important.
Yeah.
And I think that hits the nail on the head of like building a more neurodiverse support system that can understand your needs without needing to explain yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm still working to build this and all, but like another support system can be in like the medical realm. Like if you have great providers or like your physical therapists or speech
Mhm.
therapists or whatever's going on. Um, and then also having providers that are just neurodiversity affirming and having that circle of people that you can actually like talk to about things and aren't just going to ask a bunch of silly questions.
Hmm. Totally. I mean, I've continued on this path of the new physical therapist, and I think I talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but she spends so much time just making sure I understand like what to do, and I'm really realizing how much difficulty I have with coordinating muscles, and I was like, educating her on that this is part of autism, and she's like, oh my gosh, then we'll spend extra time, like, really figuring out like how to support the coordination and just that slow down and feeling seen. And also, I don't have to repeat myself every time of like, hey, I need help. She like really just does it every time. And
Oh,
yeah, you're so right that there is something very special about having people support you, and you don't have to be doing all of the extra work to advocate for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that realm, like I'm not seeing a therapist right now, but having like a supportive therapist is a great way to have a good
Hmm.
support. And then medication use too is part
Yeah,
of a support system. Like even though it's more of a passive part, it's something that is assisting you in your daily life.
totally.
And then I personally have never used any like support groups or organizations, but there are a lot of I'm hoping to do another episode that's on like the different organizations that are out there,
Hmm.
good and bad. And then like I know that there's a bunch of local support groups or like
Yeah.
even just social groups that are like meetups to like talk with other people who are
Hmm.
neurodiverse or like I think have you gone to any meetups like that?
No, I haven't needed to.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I have enough neurodiverse people in my daily life right now that that it helps enough.
yeah.
But I think if I was in a place that I didn't know many other people, it would be really helpful.
I was gonna say if I moved somewhere new, I probably
Yeah,
would
it's a great
like
way to
plug
start out.
into a yeah, community that way.
Yeah. You can also do groups that are neurodiverse adjacent, but who likely will have a lot of them like
Like a gaming club.
gaming clubs, D&D, cosplay, I don't know. Who else?
Renaissance fairs,
Renaissance fairs, yeah, where we all congregate. Queer
Comic-Con.
groups, honestly. Like there's a lot of starting places to find
So fucking funny.
unofficial support groups.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then for some people, you know, like work can be support in ways, like depending on not for you, but I know. Mm, uh, can be.
Okay, how? Teach me their ways.
I think that it depends a lot on who's running the place, but
Maybe I need to ask for more support. Maybe that's part of it.
yeah.
I don't know.
So this is just a little infographic that's talking about building support for neurodivergence. And it lists like personal things like family who can accommodate, friends who accept without judgment, and partners who celebrate uniqueness, community with others who share your journey, spaces where you can belong, and connections without masking.
Hmm.
And then professional, like specialists who understand your brain, coaches who build practical skills, and providers who see the whole person, which I've always been interested in what a like neurodiverse coach would be able to do. Like I think you were talking about that a lot of is it speech therapists who end up coaching? No, occupational therapists.
Yeah.
You're saying that you end up seeing like a lot of coaches
Yeah.
OT specifically.
Hmm.
Which I've always been just curious about, but I don't know. I don't think they could improve too much for me right now. So, and then environment like workplaces that adapt to your strengths, schools that can support your learning styles, and organizations that celebrate neurodiversity.
I think that there is such a like there's not enough weight put into having neurodiversity affirming people around you supporting you so that you don't have to do that extra work of advocating or explaining and just
Yeah.
being able to get being able to be seen and just kind of communicate on that wavelength that we've talked about. But,
Yeah.
it's so special to be around people that you can just be unmasked around, be honest with. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'll loop my family into this where, you know, I was recent I was recently diagnosed with ADHD and spent most of my life not knowing that I had it. Uh, but I was still accommodated all the
Mm.
time
Yeah.
by my parents and my siblings. And it's like I think it's just a really special thing to be seen and honored for what your needs are, without having to explain yourself.
Yeah.
I think that that's like been a very rude awakening for the rest of the way life operates. Like
Yeah.
it's just very I feel like I had a very privileged childhood in that way of like, having needs anticipated and taken care of.
Yeah.
But it's put me in a position where like it's hard for me to know my needs. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Mhm. Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
So I downloaded one that was about general accommodations of ways that you can show that you're supportive to your neurodivergent family, friends, or if you're a caregiver of some kind, or a medical provider of some kind, ways that you can support. So some general accommodations would be things like you like using dimmed lighting, reducing the use of strong smells.
Yes.
Yes. Having quiet spaces without loud or sudden noises happening. Um, minimizing clutter and distracting patterns. Ensuring that settings are easy to physically navigate, and also having very clear directional signs, and signs that identify like the purposes of the area. I definitely have been to some doctor's offices where it doesn't even say like wait here in the lobby, or like you're like what do I do next, or where's the
Yeah.
bathroom?
Right.
And definitely appreciate places that have explicit signage and information. And then offering any like devices or comfort things like blankets or like technology, sensory objects, stuff like that to help support. Um, and then providing some other like conversational accommodations, like maybe visual aids or giving extra time, stuff like that. And then providing online or text reminders if it's an appointment type thing, or offering alternative ways to schedule appointments. I will say I am loving all of these programs and like groups going to either like text scheduling or online scheduling
Mm.
because providers will always be like, oh, let's schedule your next appointment while we're here. And even though I do this like with my clients at their appointments, like I cannot think when it's in the moment of trying to schedule something between all my calendars and stuff.
Never.
And so just having that like, I'll schedule online.
Yeah, it's a huge
Yeah,
accommodation.
it's been super helpful.
I don't know what I would do in a world without that. I probably wouldn't be going to any appointments or making any appointments.
Yeah, or yeah, no, having to make phone calls that you don't want to make.
I literally would not go. I have so much phone
Yeah.
anxiety. Like,
Yeah, I have slowly gotten a little bit better at my phone anxiety, which I don't know how, because when I tried to get better at speaking anxiety, it got way worse. But for some reason, my phone anxiety's gotten better.
good.
Yeah. So good that this year I've like gotten I've gotten like discounts on things randomly. It's like I called my phone provider because I did the like 2 year whatever, the like intro offer or whatever, and it had expired and my bill went up so much. And I called them and was like, what can you do for me? And I used like some scripting that I'd seen someone else like ask about like how to ask for things, and
I
I got
love
like a
that.
50% discount on my monthly bill.
Nice. Get it,
Yeah.
get it, get it.
Yeah. And that
Have
happened again
fun.
with something else. Oh, I took a rain jacket in to get it was supposed to just be getting like a wash and re-waterproofing, and they emailed me back saying that it was basically like so old and used that it couldn't be restored.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so they offered me like a 15% credit to use at the store to get a new one, a different one. But the like email was really vague, and it just basically was like it said some like weird naming for what was wrong with the jacket, and I was just like, I don't believe this. Like I think that they're like just taking my jacket to like resell.
Hmm.
I don't know. It sounded funky. Anyway, so I called them and was like, "Can you explain me exactly what is wrong with my jacket?" Because they also offered me like, "Oh, you can either get this credit or you can get your jacket returned to you, but not both." And so I was like, "Well, how am I supposed to make that decision if I don't even know what's wrong with it?"
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So anyways, I called them and then he without me asking, upped the like percent that I got for it to like 30% instead of 15. So
Wow.
yeah, I was like, it turns out calling sometimes works out.
There are benefits.
Sometimes, yeah. Um, but yeah, that was basically everything for the suggestions. Besides also like this is another one, just talking about communication with neurodivergent patients, especially, but like taking extra time and asking really simple and direct questions, which it sounds like your provider is really good at giving like simple and direct explanations too, which is awesome.
Mhm.
Um, and then I thought this one was interesting too, allowing, especially for people that are even more affected, but allowing them to like touch and feel medical equipment first,
Mhm.
or for your kiddos that have autism, allowing them to kind of like get comfortable with the thing before it's used. And their
Sure.
example is like a stethoscope or blood pressure cuffs, stuff like that.
I think too, for some people, walking them through what's going to happen, that
Yeah.
anticipatory preparation, can help patients for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And then also just like knowing how to balance like a caregiver being present with them and still giving agency to the patient while also considering both perspectives.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Any other like supportive things that you can think of? Support systems. Your dog's part of your support system, right? Yeah. Funky's gonna take care of you.
Well, I did get her for anxiety support, but she causes me a lot more anxiety than she takes away. I am so, so glad that I have her.
No.
There's just nothing like having someone that has been like with you through it all. Yeah, she's just so special to me. And yeah, I it's a tough subject for sure. I feel like, yeah, support systems in general is just something that has been something to navigate for sure. And I think part of that has been like too, like, creating space between people that you ask for support and they can't show up for you. And so honoring that in yourself that, your needs are still important and valid and,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you feel like you have any internal support systems?
I'm building them.
Yeah. I was gonna say that made me think of one of the episodes that we're gonna do in the next couple of weeks, which is dopamine use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be like kind of an internal external support system. I mean, it's internal in that it's things that you can kind of do for yourself and things that like you could think of, but helping you
Yeah.
externally to think of those things.
Well, I think of that like that visual of like the things that you can control and then things that you
Mhm.
can't control. And so I think you're talking about the internal stuff as like things you can control and like that could be taking a day to like a mental health day off of
Yeah.
work, like off of all stimulation or, doing water therapy, like we've talked about so many times. And
If you're a meditation person.
totally
Yeah.
staying up on your supplements and eating and taking care of yourself, I think is, huge. But then, I think in that circle is also asking for support when you need it.
Yeah.
But then you really have to have some really good, like if people can't meet you there, figuring out other ways to get that support, whether it is other people or how to do it yourself or how to
Yeah. What else you
move
can lean
forward.
on? Yeah.
Yeah, it's challenging,
Yeah. Finding
but
what else you can
doable.
lean on and
Hmm.
in case the one thing isn't there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So we're all out of the groove. My vacation really screwed me up.
We're great. We're great. Who would you say, who and what is part of your support system?
Um, I mean, my pets are definitely a part of it.
Yeah,
Obviously, Lauren's a big part of it.
yeah,
Long-term relationship, especially you know each other like internally a lot, which is great.
sure.
That can be a hard part about losing a long-term thing too, 'cause,
Yeah.
like my husband
Yeah.
obviously knew me like really well and knew support systems there too.
Yeah.
And my family is support
Yeah.
more in a factual way than an emotional way, but I like to call my mom a lot. She's been in Europe, so I can't call her.
Gallivanting
She's
away.
gallivanting around on her semi-retirement.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and I think because of my like past history of really relying on myself a lot, I have a lot of those like internal systems and like
Yeah.
things set up for myself and like the learning to rely on other systems and to ask for more. Like I'm working through the same things as you of like trying to ask for more supports and like
Yeah.
I don't know, also figuring out what those supports really are. And for me, work, like not that I've had any of the specific real requests, but I feel that there are a lot of like supportive people at my work, and I feel like the environment will be supportive of me asking for help, especially since I've been kind of open with my autism and needs and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm happy they've been able to support you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's my big ones. And like, I don't know, for me, like routine is like a support system of its own.
For
Like
sure.
having a routine and
Yeah.
I don't know, going on vacation and coming back to routine is definitely like a reminder of how much that is important to me.
Hmm. It's
Um,
good to have those like trips
yeah.
and then remember, oh,
Um,
I really thrive on that routine.
yep, need that back. Yeah. I also feel pretty privileged to have a lot of like support options around me and
Yeah.
yeah. I definitely if financial things were more stable, would have more supports, especially in like the medical realm and like mental health and hobbies and stuff like that that I could say were my like reliant things. But
Ooh, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that as
yeah,
part of
financial
the support.
barriers to support.
No, not the fact. I
So
mean, I acknowledge that there definitely are financial barriers to support and very like privilege barriers to support
mhm.
all sorts of things come into play. But looking at activities as supportive or hobbies, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that they are definitely,
Yeah.
especially if it's an activity that does regulate you and
For sure.
yeah, or something that you can turn to when you are feeling like down or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That just reminded me, I did hire a monthly house cleaner that
Oh,
comes in
yeah.
once a month and cleans up my space. And that has felt very empowering just to like it helps so much because they come in and do like a clean over everything and then I'm able to maintain it
Mm.
rather than just feel like completely stressed out and
Yeah,
over my cleanliness. But
that's
for my
great.
place. Yeah. So that's been a really big support.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Cool. Oh, and crackhead support is back.
Yep.
He's been doing all kinds of weird things in the basement since we've been in here. In case you're wondering why we're like staring off with a weird look on our face. Uh, well, I think this is coming out the week of Halloween. So, any fun Halloween plans?
Nope.
No.
I'm not gonna do anything for Halloween this year.
Yeah, just hang out.
Just hang out with my dog.
You watch any Halloween movies?
Maybe. Yeah.
We watched
I
Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 the other day.
cute. Cute. Hang out with
Enjoying the
friends too.
spooky weather and
Yeah.
sipping a cup of tea or coffee or something.
There you go. Do a little hooga action.
Yeah, there you go. Take your own.
Exactly. Lean on support.
Mm, all
What
right,
about you? Do you
guys.
have any
Nope.
Halloween? Sorry. Do you have any Halloween plans?
Only pre-Halloween. Our best friends that used to throw our Halloween party moved away. Sad. But going to a thing with the volleyball group.
That's right.
So yeah, just doing some pumpkin carving.
Cute.
I've been asked to make cornbread, apparently. So that's what I'm up to next.
Good luck.
Yeah. Otherwise, we don't get trick-or-treaters on our street because we're a dead-end street
Mm,
and nobody really decorates, so nobody comes down our street.
there you go.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know, probably taking a chill, just watching some fun movies. I don't do scary movies, so
Me neither.
only
Life's
the
scary.
only the cute kid Halloween movies. Life is scary.
It is.
I don't need to be jumping out of my pants.
Definitely not. My startle right now too, because of the burnout,
Mm.
is so high
Oh yeah.
that it
Just
just
like
would
every
not
little
be a
bump.
good would not be a good thing to start watching scary movies.
Ooh, nightmares abound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, thanks for joining us to talk about support systems. Uh, why can't we remember our exit?
Find your joy.
Be unapologetically you.
Support yourself.
And others.
And others. Bye, hotties. Thanks for joining us this week. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music.
Please like, subscribe, and leave us a review. We could use some of those. If you want to get pictures that go along with our episodes and follow along, join us on Instagram and TikTok.
Thanks, hotties. Are you okay?
I think it was Kat's fault, but yeah. Monty, leave it alone. Don't be dumb.